Okay, Wednesday morning in the kingdom, and Johnny G's coming over with some supplies, but not very many because they didn't think the town of WHO-ville would still be here, so nobody was really ordering. Yes, just a minor detail. All right, we have the 38 GMC over my shoulder here. Yes, that thing served us well during the fires, and we're still on evacuation and lockdowns or whatever. The fire's just over there, and if the wind changes, we're going to be on the move again. All right, this morning we woke up to +4 Celsius, but feels like +2 Celsius. Yes, on the yo-yo scale, +39.2 according to Google Fahrenheit, but feels like +35.6 Fahrenheit according to Google. Oh, I can't wait for my life to get back to normal, have 2 computers going, and life is back to being relaxed. But yesterday was a lot of, having fun and uncertainty, trying to find out where that smoke was coming from. Yes, where it was coming from. I was unreal. And then we had to dig up the trees and water them down, but they'll make nice firewood in the wood stove this winter. Yes, we do it accordingly. We don't make a mess because we're the ones going to be cleaning it up. All right, let's see if we can scroll. There's the screaming Ford that gave me 15 seconds on Ice Road Truckers. Yes, the good times and the green toy behind it. All right, a little bit more. We'll scroll this way. It's cold, it's icky. Hopefully we get lots of rain. And then when it rains, we sleep. Yes, we sleep. Oh, we're not sleeping in the 48 Chevy sedan delivery like we did 4 nights car camping as we were chased out by the fire. Unreal. We're keeping the combination still hooked up. Everything of importance is in the back of the truck in case we have to leave on a moment's notice. The last time we had like 10 minutes to be gone, and we did it. All right, a little bit more. Unreal. Still got the sprinklers everywhere. We can water it up and water everything down. Yes, water everything down. Maybe we should keep the sprinklers and water the lawn and the garden with them. Unreal. All right, but we're still having fun, I think. This is day number yada, 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 being sober. As you can tell by my intro, my lips don't work. We just about made one full rotation, but we're having fun. Yes, we're having fun. All right, and the best part is all these collectibles start and run and drive. Yes, that's the best thing. All right, we made one full rotation. I'm dizzy. And we got some flags here somewhere. There we go. The United States of America flag. And we can't forget the Monty Python flag from the state of Maryland. Well, we better go. Here comes the boss.
Wednesday morning in WHO-ville, it's just after 9:30, and as you can hear my voice, I am still pretty sick. I just dropped off breakfast in the kingdom. I do not smell or see any hot spots and flare-ups, which is good. I am in slow motion today since I'm still not feeling the greatest. As you can tell by my voice, I am pretty sick right now, which I knew was going to happen because I've been pushing my body for the last couple weeks with all the fires and stuff going on. Now let's head inside and eat my breakfast, then at 1 p.m. I'll grab lunch and head over to the kingdom.
Okay, it's noon in the kingdom and Jack has come back. He was over there squawking. You can see him up there. Also, too, one thing we're missing is the rabbits and the birds. Okay, so anything I throw in the dog pens for them to eat that they don't eat, the birds usually eat it, or the rabbits. But now we have no animals. Hopefully with the fire, abstaining or whatever, the animals, the critters can come back. So then it'll be, natural wildlife back in the kingdom. Oh, yes, and the local ladies, too. All right, so over here, we're relaxing. We don't know what's going on. It's chilly, or it's not raining, or anything like that. Okay, so this is the curse of this is the Kommunist Kat, who had the V-plow on it, which is now on the Lynn tractor. This cat has made me a lot of money. It's plowed a lot of snow and everything. And then about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, it started running funny. So in March of 2024, we grabbed and changed the injection pump. Plus we changed the timing because this thing was way out. So we put it back to where it's supposed to be. And the thing is, this is a gas motor or on one side. This is diesel on this side. Okay, remember I'm sober trying to do this. Okay, so over here's the gas side. It starts on gas. There's the carburetor or the fuel gas mister. It's not really a carburetor. There's no adjustment. It just mists the gas into the air. And your magneto. So we can get this thing to purr smoothly on gas. And then when we switch to diesel, it runs like crap. But the thing is, it'll run smooth for a bit and act normal. And then it goes into funny modes. So the other day, tired and confused, I popped the first injector out and I said, what the hell, might as well do them all. And that way we can never seize them. Look at this, got the never seize out. Check them and fix them and learn and do them all at once. Okay, over the years we've made injector pullers or injector cup pullers, so they go onto the bolts. So you thread these down and then they stop here. Okay, so you can't get it anymore. Then that's when you start prying up and then you hit it and there's a little bit of slop here and you wiggle and jiggle and everything. So today's project will be to take an old injector, we cut it off. See that, Les Nessman? We want it to go onto here. And we want the 7/16 bolts to fit nicely and keep pushing, okay? So the biggest, hardest part is to get the piece that the O-ring is, to get that up. Once it starts moving, you're okay because the O-ring has kept the dirt and debris from going down inside. We'll pop this out for viewing pleasure. All right, so the O-ring goes down about here, and that's where the dirt and rust will be right here. And after that, it's pretty clean, so we're pretty good that way. So let's improve our injector pulling tools. We have another one for the TD-18s because we pulled the injectors out so many times. But also too, we did the upgrade, the thermostats in 2024. Okay, so we know that this thing, when it gets to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, it should be running warm and smooth. But this one here was acting funny. So we're gonna pop all the injectors out and make sure we do a proper job and never sees the injectors backed in. Okay, so we know that they can come out at a later date. All right, let's continue the quest because I had to pull this one up as far as I could go. I got this one up. Now I can make and do the welds for this to fit. Oh yes, we're professionals today. Kinda, maybe, sort of.
2 p.m. and I'm just finishing up lunch. Today they had pasta salad with hamburger, corn and cheese dip with some tortilla chips. It was actually pretty good. Then they had veggies on the side. Already dropped it off to my dad there and we ate at 1 p.m. Now I'm going to head over to the kingdom and do my hotspot checks. Made it to the kingdom. Now I'll walk in the bush where the garden hose is here and go check on the little hotspot. Make sure it's completely out because you never know, anything can happen. We are just going to leave the tank here until we have to move it. It's nice having it hooked up to the cat so we can go places. Now let's walk in the bush. Made it into the bush. As you can see, there is no hot spots or flare-ups, which is good. We've been keeping a close eye on this. My dad walks the dogs down here. This is the pile of burnt trees. We keep it separate from the pile of good trees. As you can see, the roots there are just completely burned off. Over here are the good trees. We keep them far away just in case anything happens. They are away from the bad part. Then we have the garden hose up in the tree there because the tank likes to drain itself. If we don't keep the garden hose up above our head, it'll naturally drain out from the tank. Even though it's all the way over there, it'll naturally drain out. Then we'll run out of water. Now let's head over to the shop and see what my dad's up to. 3 p.m. and I just made it back from the kingdom after checking all my hot spots. I didn't smell or see anything, but my hound dog nose would sniff out the fire and the smoke if I did. So I think we were in pretty good shape for now, but you never know, anything could happen. At lunch there, before I went to go pick it up at 1 p.m., I was hearing a dog bark on the mine site, which is in behind WHO-ville here. There's the old mine site where we had to go sleep that one night when the fire came to town. So I went up there to go see if I could find him, and sure enough, I was able to find the poor little dog. He's been up there for about 2 days, lost and confused. He was hiding in the bush. I took my jacket off, wrapped the poor little dog up, and then I took him home. I let the people know that are caring for all the dogs in WHO-ville here, and they were very grateful that I found the dog. Now let's head inside, and I think I'm going to lay down a little bit, not feeling the greatest, and wait for supper at 6 p.m. Just after 3 p.m. and it looks like the sun finally made an appearance. I haven't seen the sun in over 3 days. Look at that. I'm sure it'll disappear though because we're actually supposed to get some more rain here for the next couple days.
Okay, coffee time in the kingdom, and we're having coffee. Yes, because we can't have a beverage because we still have to remain sober because we're still on high alert for the fires. So we're out here in the sunshine. Well, it was sunshine and everything like that. So we were using the Hobart Handler 100 and we're trying to weld. And this helmet is an auto darken, but it darkens to the black as you can believe. So we couldn't do anything in the shop, so we had to come out here, and with a little bit of sunlight we could actually do the welds around here. So this is the injector puller cup thingy, and that's an injector cup body whatever. So we made sure it lines up. We had to rethread some bolts longer, and we had little problems. So we're chasing the big rod around because we used the Hobart Handler 100 to do the tacks. As you can see, we have a nicky burn here because it's basically welding blindfolded or with the, how would you say, eyes closed. So we kind of come too close on this one and we got it. So it boogered up the thread, so we had to cut it off. It was such a nice one, but oh well, make another one. We got lots of time because there's nothing else to do as we stand here on high alert. We'd unpack some of the tools, we'd unpack some of the house, but as soon as we do that, the forest fire known as the ex-wife would be coming right back at us, and then we're trying to pack everything away, so it's pointless. We'll do these little projects and have fun, and we'll learn how to grind because we can't see when we're welding. All right, let's go have a coffee, and then we'll get some injectors pulled out. Okay, after coffee, we actually had a coffee with nothing in it. Oh my, I forget how many days it's been since we had alcohol, but it looks like it's going to rain, but that's okay. We need the rain. All right, so over here, we got the first injector cup puller thingy-me-bob. It was built a few years ago, then we improved it. We have one for the TD-18. You'll notice the big bolts, and that means more power to pull it out, okay? So now we just made this one here, the lighter version of it. And once you get the injection cup up past the studs there, and also too, we're leaving this loose on here so this self centers, because we're finding out that these are casted a different way or something, so it doesn't fit every time. So I left it loose, and then this thing will jiggle wiggle into the slots and down it goes. So once you get it out, use the big ones here and pull it out. Okay, so the rare occasion is, I think it was 10 years or 12 years ago we had this injectors out, and that's why the gasket goo, because we had no O-rings there. And also too, the nozzle thing has come out too, so the odds of it actually pointing in the right direction are very slim. And also too, there's supposed to be a washer right at the end. If we look down in there, most likely there is none. Okay, so you have to have that little spacer washer shim. Okay, so to get the cups off, put it back in the hole and give it a little tap. Okay, that's the best way to break it free. And you can see this one has the spacer washer, and we have no idea where it's going. This one is dry, so that is good. The second one was dry, the first one was wet, and we know the first one was the one that was giving us problems, so that's working out very well. So let's get this apart, clean it up, buff in there, and then we can start making a list of parts to go find. I think we're going to need those little shim washers or whatever they're called. But the main thing is we're getting it done, seeing how there's nothing else we can do, and there's no power in the shop when the welder's not running. Oh my.
5 p.m. and it looks like the helicopter is out doing circles again. I just watched them hover over top of the house here, and then they took off down there, made a little loop, came back, and now they're heading over towards the kingdom. Hopefully they're using their little radar thing and checking for hotspots. 6 p.m. and I just picked up supper tonight. They're having burgers with potato wedges and macaroni salad that was left over from lunch. The salad is pretty good, so I made sure to grab extra of that. Now I'll head over to the kingdom and drop this off, do one last hotspot check, and end my day.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock in the kingdom, and we'll insert the video of this one running and that one running, and then we'll do some explaining. Yes, all right, so here's the video. Okay, first we'll explain the green toy sitting here running with the air hose. Yes, the air hose for the shop, because we're filling the 3 tanks in the shop because we don't have power for the air compressor. Okay, so just like that was it. John Fogerty, Follow the Chord or whatever, Yogi, and that song. So there it is. We used up all the air in the air compressor, so we had to run the green toy to build it up. All right, so over here in the video, I walked around and I showed you guys that we had a 180-degree temperature. Yes, right here. All right. So right down there, and the gauge is manual, so it's still showing 180. All right, so that was the biggest problem I was having as I was trying to learn this stuff. Okay, I live in a frozen wasteland. We only use these cats in the winter. So here we are trying to figure this thing out. Why won't they run? They run like crap. Well, geez, they're 80 years old. Everybody's had a kick at the cat. Everybody's adjusted the hydraulic or the injection pump, the timing, the injectors, everything, yada, yada, yada. Plus, the fuel of today is dry. Yes, it's dry fuel. This fuel has to have a lubricant in it. They took the lubricant out, so we have to run the 2-stroke oil or the ATF to get some lube in it. Yes, always time for lubrication, just like in the bedroom. So we got this thing up and running. We had the world's greatest smoke show. Yes, the world's greatest smoke show. This stack was just blowing blue, and their helicopters were flying around figuring it was a flare-up. Man, we had a big fire or something here at the kingdom. All right, but that's what we want, because we soaked everything down. So today's project was to take all the injectors out and figure it out. But we also built the smaller puller so we can get it up past the O-ring, because you always get it past the O-ring and then you run out. So now we can pull it all the way out. Okay, so we got the injectors put back in, all lubed up, never seized and everything like that. And we ran it with the original one in here, okay? So then it ran like crap, and we knew that. So the thing is, we had to do it and figure it out. Okay, so then we had to go to the shed and find the bag. Went to the storage trailer, found the bag for the TD-6 Laverne. This is a diesel motor that it came with. The motor was blowing up when I got the Kat, so we tossed the gas motor in, okay? So we knew nothing of these injectors. We've had them close to 20 years, and they were sitting in a cylinder head out in the farmer's field, so who said they were any good? So what I did was put the injector in onto the line facing up and started the motor to make sure there was, how would you say, it got a spray. All right, we'll stop the video so I can have a beverage. Okay, I'm back. I can't have a beverage, so I had a breather and a sip. All right, so that's the thing. So we made sure that this injector sprayed, and we got it to spray. But the only problem is, I don't know if you can see that, Les Nessman, that is a different nut to nut, because it's a different thread. IH changed these things here and made them different, but the threads down here are always the same, we're finding out. So if you're going to find an injector, you have to find the line, okay? So you can see the difference in the size. That is bigger, that is smaller. So this line will go with this. Also too, there's a nut here. There is no nut here, because this is a short little injector thingy-me-bob. All the injector pieces are in here, okay? Whereas you take this out, it's all in here. Yes, it's in that nut, okay? So they're kind of different, but that's okay, because we're having fun. All right, then we got it started, and we had the world's greatest smoke show. And then once the temperature got up to 180, then things got happy. I kept cracking the lines, okay, to get the fuel to come out, the air to come out or whatever. Then it's running happy. So the more we use it, plus we dumped a fair amount of 2-stroke oil or ATF in the tank there to give it more lube. So I was sitting here running, very pleased. So before it was running totally wonky, sounded like crap, ran like crap, and it was a smoke show. Now it's kind of running better and it's sounding better, but it's got some smoke, but that'll take care. It's got to get happy again. Yes, it's got to get happy. Once it gets happy, then we can play with the timing down here, because we've set it at 0. We can play with it until go to 1 notch down or 1 notch up or whatever it says in the book, if you read the book. Yes. So I'm very happy, very pleased. So today was a good success. I'm very pleased. We didn't do much with how would you say, spotting or forest firefighting, because we had a big day yesterday, but that's okay. So it'll probably get warm and the wind will get up, and then we're going to have some more fires, I bet you. All right, let's put the tools away, and then we can almost call it a day. We're not going to bolt the hood on. We'll do it tomorrow, and then we'll forget something. Yes, so we just covered it up. All right, so let's see what the flags are doing over here. They're looking good. Hopefully we're going to get some more rain. I'll walk the dogs, and then we got to start the welder for a relaxing evening. Yes, and make a video. All right, everything's looking good. We had a good day, successful day. As long as you're bettering yourself, making tools and fixing equipment, that's a good day. But if you're sitting around playing the Xbox and getting nothing done, well, your life is over. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer. Oh, okay. Let's walk the dogs and drink some orange juice with some 7-Up and make a video, and we'll talk to you later.